Hello, this is a class about having a wide range of movement, and we'll start with the feet. So if you have your knees above your ankles, just pull your feet towards the chair by an inch or so that the knees are above the top of the feet. And then we're going to move the heels. Heels rise on the inhale and heels lower on the exhale. And just work to coordinate the breath with the movement so that the heels rise at the exact same pace as the inhalation and lower at the pace of the exhalation. Takes a bit of work at first. It's a bit of an exercise for the brain to do this. But if you let the inhales become a little slower and longer and controlled, let the exhales be a release that slowly releases the heels back to the floor. You find that you start to get the feeling of that perfect coordination between breath and movement. And what we're actually doing is giving the heels a wide range of movement. So we'll do one more. And the next time that the feet come back down onto the floor, just let them rest there, and we'll work with the hands. So we're going to bring the palms together in front of the chest, and I'll move to the side so you can just see a little better. On an inhale, widen the fingers from each other. Exhale, bring them back in. And again, we are coordinating the breath and movement, so the fingers will move at the pace of the inhale and the exhale. And as you work to get this coordination happening, really try to spread the fingers out equally and bring them together at the same pace. So again, there's a bit of work for the brain. The longer and more spacious you can make the breath, the easier it is to start to bring the movement into coordination. And we'll do one more. So the next time that you exhale and the fingers come back in, you can allow the hands to drop down to the lap and have a rest. But not for too long, because we'll move on to our next hand movement, bear claw. So here, let the fingers spread out, try to make them equal, and then bring them into this bear claw shape and try to make every finger be a claw, and then go into a fist. So spreading the fingers out wide, trying to make them equally spread, bringing them into a bear claw shape, really trying to feel into each finger, and then making the fist. And by focusing on each movement, trying to get it equal and even, it's a form of meditation. The easiest way to meditate is to simply focus on a part of the body. Try to think, what exactly is going on with these movements? Am I doing the movement properly over all of the parts? What are all of the moving parts? It's helping the mind to practice focusing. So just do one more. And the next time that you make a fist, you can let the hands rest in the lap. So that was a wide range of movement for the fingers and hands. Now we'll shift into mountain pose, Tadasana, letting the arms just drop along the sides of the body. And take note of where your wrists are in terms of your hips. If the wrists are in front of the hips, you've got some slouching going on. So Tadasana is a great way to deal with slouch. Inhale, let the shoulders float towards the ears. Exhale, roll the shoulders back, and they'll eventually come down. So again, coordinate the inhale with the uplift and exhale with the rolling back. Coordinating breath and movement. And see if you can get the breath to entirely do the movement for you so that the inhalation is like a hydraulic lift and the exhalation slowly releasing everything down. And then the next time that you are going to exhale and roll back, hitch the shoulder blades towards each other into the center of the back, chest rises, turn the palms to face forward, arms are away from the body, Tadasana, mountain pose. Go back to that slow inhalation. So as you inhale, feel the chest rise. Exhale, let the shoulders move away from the ears. So every inhalation, grow towards the sky a bit. Exhalation, lower the shoulders away from the ears. So although you can't really see any movement in what I'm doing, I'm sure you're feeling it. As you exhale, relax the shoulders a little more down. You feel that range of movement where the head is going up to the ceiling on the inhale and the body is traveling down to the chair on the exhale. So we're getting a nice wide range through the neck and spine. And then on your next exhalation, gently soften every part of the body, fingers, legs, shoulders, to come out of Tadasana. And then we'll go into a warrior two, modified warrior two, by bringing the hands to the chest. And here again, you're going to want to let the breath do all of the movement for you, not the muscles. So as you inhale and the torso lifts, let the hands follow the momentum outward. And as you exhale and the torso curls in, the arms will come in on their own. So every inhalation, chest rises, hands follow the momentum outward. Exhalation, chest curves back in. Don't do muscular effort with the arms or shoulders. Let them float in on that momentum. And whether you inhale and open the hands out a couple of inches or a full wingspan, it doesn't matter. What does matter is that the breath is doing the movement for you. And especially on your exhalation, allow the torso to deflate, body curling in. Don't move the shoulders or arms. Let them come in on their own. So that the movement becomes like a yawn. Nice, big, full inhale. Exhalation, everything comes in by itself, just like a yawn. Let the head move to wherever it feels comfortable moving to. Let the breath be long and spacious, smooth and even. So here we have a nice wide range of movement through the front of the body. Long breaths, let the muscles in between each of the ribs have a good stretch. This is what's known as Purvatana in yoga, stretching out the front of the body. So we'll do one more. The next time that you exhale and everything naturally folds back in, you can then let the hands rest in the lap. And then we can work on having a comfortable range of neck movement without causing stress. So we'll take one hand up in front of the face and just lock your eyes onto that hand. And then inhale, sweep the hand away, follow it with the eyes. Exhale, sweep the hand back into center. So every inhale, move the hand somewhere else. And exhale, gently floating it back to center. But keep the eyes on the hand. Keep the breath long and easy so that the movement stays easy as well. And only move the hand to the places that feel comfortable so that your range of movement is wide but not strenuous or stressful. And the next time that the hand comes back to center, you can let it drop into the lap. And then we'll be doing the other hand and we'll just change it up in terms of the breath. So in the first movement, we were moving on the inhale and coming back to center on the exhale. We're going to do the opposite with the other hand. So other hand coming to the front of the face, locking the eyes onto it. Take a nice deep inhale here. Exhale, move the hand somewhere to the side, follow it with the eyes. Inhale, coming back in. Exhale, hand moves somewhere else, follow it with the eyes. Inhale, coming back in. And as you continue to move the hand on the exhalation outwards, inhalation back to center. We're just giving a little extra work to the brain by having changed up the breath so that it has to think as it moves. Exhaling outward to the movement, inhaling back to center. And then the next time you inhale back to center, you can let that hand fall to the lap. And we're going to change that movement into more of a full body twist, or rather just torso twist. Legs will be relaxed. So we're going to take one hand onto the opposite thigh, and the remaining hand is going to come in front of the face. And with the twist movement, we're only going to exhale into the twist and inhale back to center. So we'll start, take a nice deep breath. Exhale, move the hand to the side, follow it with your eyes. Inhale, coming back to center, eyes stay on the hand. Exhale, moving the hand. Inhale, bringing the hand back in. So every exhalation, taking the hand somewhere, inhaling it back to center. Eyes stay locked on the hand. And the next time that you inhale back to center, you can then allow the hand to drop to the lap. And the reason why we're exhaling and putting ourselves into the twist is to just give that torso and abdominal region a chance to really squeeze and release. So we'll do the other side now. Taking another hand, the other hand, not another, to the opposite leg, and the remaining arm, bring the hand in front of the face, lock the eyes on, take an inhalation, exhale, move the hand away, follow it with the eyes. Inhale, bring the hand to center. Every exhale, hand moves away, eyes following. Inhale to center. And as we keep moving in and out of the twist, we're giving the torso and all of those abdominal organs a nice bit of a squeeze, stimulation, circulation. Twists are said to be good for the digestive system. And we'll do one more. So the next time that you inhale back to center, you can let the hand come down to the left. And then once we're back to center, we'll do Bhujangasana, Cobra pose, to give the spine a nice wide range of movement. We've already been twisting it from side to side. Now let's let it move into flexion and extension. By taking the hands onto the thighs, turn them so the fingers point towards each other. And here, all we need to do is inhale, press into the thighs, chest will lift. Exhale, do nothing, just let everything float back to the start. So every inhalation, press into the legs, let the body lift. Exhalation, practice making no effort at all, but allowing everything to float back down. And as you continue to inhale and press, maybe you notice that this very controlled back bend we're doing finds a little bit more in the range of movement. Make that inhale nice and spacious. Maybe the eyes start working their way upwards. Exhalation, imagine a feather just releasing back down. And maybe you notice that there's a pause at the top of the inhalation. And there's your moment of perfect stillness. Enjoy that second or two of peace. So we're practicing effort on the inhalation and non-doing on the exhalation to create a harmony of movement, both physical and mental. So without any rush, the next time that you exhale yourself back down, you can just stay there. And you can release the hands from the thighs. Notice how that is actually quite a lot of work to the wrists as well. And we'll come into warrior pose by taking one leg out to the side. We're aiming for perpendicular legs, but they don't have to be. What's important is that your knees are above your ankles. So you have a nice strong tabletop surface here. And we'll bring both hands onto the front leg. And we're going to do some slow controlled lunges with the breath. So starting with a nice deep inhalation, as you exhale, move the chest forward, keep the gaze level, and then inhaling by pressing into the leg, slowly floating back up. So every exhalation, let the chest release forward, keep the gaze level, long spine. Inhalation, press the hands into the legs, slowly cable carring back up the mountain. And just keep moving. And as you continue to lunge, let yourself allow the breath to control the movement more and more, so that you might find every time you exhale, you can really release into the pose a little bit more each time. And then the next time that you float back up to center, just stay there. Take your time. And then when you get back up to center, you can bring one hand to each knee. So we're seated diagonally in the chair. Our knees are above our ankles for stability. Take an inhalation, let the chest lift. Exhale, move the chest forward, gaze stays level. And then inhale, press into the knees, slowly float back up to center. So that every exhalation, release the chest forward, keep the eyes straight ahead. Inhalation, press the hands into the knees, float yourself back up very gently and easily. Really getting that sense of the breath being in control of the body, so that you're not trying, you're just allowing. And by keeping everything gentle and flowing, you keep the muscles relaxed, less prone to injury, less likely to move into a position that they're not capable of. But as we continue to breathe and move, you notice that the muscles are releasing into a little bit more flexibility. So the next time that you inhale yourself back up to center, just stay there. And then once you get there, you can very gently walk that side leg back to the front. And then we're going to be doing the same thing with the other leg. So we'll take one leg off to the side in warrior. Perpendicular legs if you can, but you don't have to. What's actually important is that the knees are right above the ankles for stability. And that means we can bring the hands to the front leg. And if you can remember, change the hand so that you're not using your dominant hand. I figure it out by just feeling what feels a little bit more awkward to me. And then once again, take an inhale, fill and lift the chest. Exhale, let the chest move forward, keep the gaze level. And when you inhale, you'll press into the leg and slowly come back up. Every exhalation, chest releases forward, gaze stays straight ahead so you can keep the spine long. Inhale, pressing into the leg, controlled, rising up of the body. And as we keep moving in and out of the lunge, we're fully supported both by the arms, the feet, and by letting the breath take control of the movement. It's like a feeling of moving underwater. And by moving in a slow and controlled way, keeping the parts of the body safe from injury. The breath is only allowing us to move to the spot that is comfortable. But as we continue to move, you notice that the range of movement starts to widen naturally. So without any rush, the next time that you float back up to center, just stay there. And then when you get back up, you can gently walk that leg back to the front. And we'll do a bit of counter posing for all of this back bending with cat pose. So having a hand on each knee, legs are hip width apart. Take an inhalation. Exhale, let the chin drop to the chest and round the back. And then just breathe there. And with each exhalation, allow the head to feel a bit more gravity. Allow the back to round a tiny bit more. Allow the neck and shoulders to soften with an exhalation. And maybe the back can round a tiny bit more. Breathing here. Rounded back like a Halloween cat. And to come up out of the pose, we'll use an inhalation to begin stacking the very lowest vertebrae, one on top of the other. Just stacking from the lowest part of the spine, moving through the mid part of the spine. And when you get to the neck and head, no muscular effort is needed. You're just stacking vertebra on vertebra so that the head and neck come up on their own, gently and easily. And then we'll finish with our final pose, Parivritti Ardha Uttanasana, which is, I call chin over knee. So if you just take a leg out into warrior like before, it doesn't matter which side, and then bring a hand to each knee so that the torso is sitting diagonally on the chair. And then we're going to inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, bring a chin over a knee. And then inhale, coming back up. These are small movements. Exhale, chin over the other knee. Small movement. Inhale, floating gently back up. And as we go from side to side, exhaling, chin coming over towards the knee. Inhaling back up. You'll find that millimeter by millimeter, your range of motion starts to gently increase. So by surrendering to the breath, allowing that exhale to take you into the pose, and the inhale to gently, slowly bring you back up, you'll notice that the lower back starts to become a little bit more open and flexible. The hips become a little bit more flexible. Everything is slow, controlled, and coordinated with our breathing. Hands are supporting that inhalation rising up as well as the exhalation lowering down. Everything is supported, controlled, and by staying relaxed, the muscles stay relaxed and are able to have more flexibility. Sort of like moving through water. But you're really enjoying the long exhalations, the long inhalations. So it's more actually like floating and flying a bit, isn't it? And then without any hurry, the next time that you float back up to center, just stay there. And then when you get there, you can gently bring the side leg back to the front. And we'll finish with a little bit of meditation and breathing. So you can seat yourself comfortably in the chair. If it feels good to you, you can flip the feet so that the tops of the toes come onto the floor, either right underneath your chair or to the sides of the chair. It's up to you. Don't have to do it. Just a bit of counter pose for the feet, taking them out of their usual position in sitting and standing all day. And then we'll allow the arms to drop by the sides. And again, take note of where the wrists are in terms of your hips. My wrists are now falling right alongside my hips, so I know I've got a lot of that slumpy shoulder stuff going away. Couple of shoulder rolls. Inhale, breath lifts the shoulders. Exhale, breath rolls them back a couple of times, using the breath as a hydraulic pump. And then the next time that you exhale, roll them back. Bring the shoulder blades together into the center of the back. Turn the palms to face forward. Chest is lifted. And then you can bend your elbows. Back of the hands come onto the thighs. Virasana, hero pose. Take a nice deep inhalation, and as you exhale, let the chin fall to the chest. And then you can either curl the tongue into a tube, or you can just purse the lips as if they were sipping through a straw. And inhale through the mouth like a straw, letting the gaze lift upwards, chin rising. Close the mouth at the top of the inhale. Exhale through the nose, chin returning back to the chest. So we're inhaling through the mouth like a straw, chin lifting up. At the top of the inhale, close the mouth. Exhale through the nose, chin falling down, back to the chest. Shitali breath. Feel the cool air coming in through the mouth. Exhale, head just simply releasing, chin to chest. At the top of the inhale, where you close the mouth, that's your pause. That's your moment of perfect stillness, just for a second or two. Just breathing. And the next time that the chin returns to the chest, just let it stay there. Go back to a natural breath. And as we breathe here, I'll just read a little poem by Anna Volker, who wrote, "I want to tell you about the sunflower I found on the sidewalk yesterday. It is wilting and curled and gorgeous, and knows it. I want to age like that, never forgetting my own beauty, never forgetting how to say bloom. So the next time you inhale, make it long and rich and smooth. Exhale long and luxurious. You can take one more deep, rich inhalation and a really long exhalation. And then the next time you inhale, let the head gently begin to rise, eyes open, and pin a medal on your chest for spending 30 minutes of a lot of breathing, mindfulness, movement, and kindness to yourself. Thanks for joining me.